Hey guys. Uh, First a heads up, I'm doing this set of recordings a little bit while I'm kind of recovering from sickness. In fact, my last recording I didn't realize was just the beginning of me getting sick, so my voice might have squeaked a little bit there. Anyway, uh, so this fight is against Queen Ferz. It's actually rather easy. Once you get once you get things going, anyway. Buffs are amazing here. Anyway, I'm not too different from the levels I was before. Ignore Tal. He's gonna die no matter what. Uh, yeah, I'm at level 33 and 34. Items that I'm bringing with me that I honestly probably don't need to bring with me. I have. Oh, we did get the Zenithian armor here. It's gonna help with magic attacks for your son. However, daughter doesn't have such protections. We also picked up an elf. I don't remember if the Elfin Charm was in my last recording, but we picked this up at a side, one of the side caves that we didn't need to go to, where you get the Pallium Regale or whatever. Anyway, I'm bringing these items with me, but he probably won't be needing to use any of these, but these are your backup items, if anything. Fairy Foil might get used, but you really won't need to. And as for daughter, still the same equipment. Staff of Salvation is going to get a lot of use, and Fairy Foil might get a little bit of use. The rest is just backup, and I'm trying to raise my voice, and my throat's not letting me, so sorry guys. But I wanted to record this, because I wanted to keep going. It's not like I can't talk, it's just that I'm limited in how I talk, so my apologies. Anyway, you don't want to hear about me. Anyway, this is fake Madalena. We're just going to go ahead and go through this. You want to say no twice, yes twice. No, no, yes, yes. And that begins. Okay. Have Tal just use whatever, because that isn't affecting the fight. And start with Insulate and Oomph. Those are the staples as usual. There goes Tal, no one cares. And now Kabuff is going to be needed. Daughter should try Kasapping. Oh, good. She got a Kasap off. Yeah, she's gonna get hit a little harder. We could spare one more round of this. Kabuff and Kasap didn't work. The Kasap didn't work this time. Okay. Now is where you attack, and you should definitely start healing yourself. Yeah, daughter's gonna be healing herself for a bit. If son has to, he can heal too. But for the most part, son attacks and daughter is going to heal. Kind of funny, really. I'd say probably healing at 100 is safe, but I like to try to back it up a little. Alright, daughter's pretty much safe here. I'm going to have her do bounce just to help mitigate damage on her, because she takes more damage from magic right now. Plus it'll help us with attack power a little bit. We're mostly going to be relying on Sun doing all the attacking anyway. Alright, she's okay at the moment. Why don't you Fairy Foil one more? Okay, and now she could try to get one more Kasap down. Unfortunately, Queen Ferz resists it, sap by like it has a 67% chance to resist it, so it's like not as good. Alright, bounces off, and of course it could crack. They could crackle now. You don't need bounce. It's just, again, it's just helpful. Everything that daughter is doing is supplementary. She shouldn't bother really attacking with magic much either. I mean, if I had Kaboom right now, I think it would do okay damage, but even that's not that important. You don't have to. Let's put it that way. And her attack is still not strong enough to be worth it. Wow. I mean, if you have enough time, yeah, I got the 2 Kasaps down. I think you could do technically more. I'll try oomphing your daughter, but she should be fine. Yeah, we're okay. Let's try. Oh, okay. Yeah, she could do decent. Again, it's very supplementary. But there you go. Queen Ferz is mostly easy. If she had, like, a way to if Queen Ferz had a way to get rid of our buffs or attack twice in a turn, she'd be a little bit more dangerous. However, she or he or they actually don't have a specific gender. It just seems to be a she. But yeah, they are mostly pretty simple. It's weird though because some of these fights seemed a little bit more tricky when you have a full party, but this was actually rather simple with just two people. And fun fact, King Korol, the next fight, is actually pretty easy too. I'll see you there shortly. Okay guys, we're here at King Korol, or Kerul. We're basically still the same as we were before, level 34-ish. Only one small item change I've done, would probably, well, ignore these. I literally just picked these up. They are very much unnecessary. But, yeah. The only change up I did was I gave the Zenithian sword to daughter because she might use it sometimes, but otherwise she's mostly going to be healing and buffing, and son's going to be doing the majority of the damage. Daughter can do damage, but often she won't have the opportunity. It's going to be a very simple fight because he only attacks once per turn. She won't be bothering with Kasap because unfortunately he is completely immune to Kasap. So, in any case, here we are. It's gonna, like I said though, this will be a pretty damn simple fight. When you only have two people to worry about, the only thing is things might take a while. That's about it. But otherwise, he's pretty reliable. As usual, Insulate and Oomph are your top two buffs right now. Yeah, he's gonna bounce. Son, just let him attack. Daughter, now here's a fun thing. Daughter could do one of two things. She could try to make him paranoid by using her own bounce spell. He doesn't like that, and he'll more likely Disruptive Wave if you do. Or she could Disruptive Wave him to make him want to bounce again. It really is depends what you want to do it. 105 is the max amount of damage he could do to you in one turn with this setup, because his attack is always a critical hit, which is why kabuff and defense ups is useless. So don't bother. You don't want to have to keep re-upping that. Alright. Daughter can get away with another Disruptive Wave on him. It'll keep him distracted. Now don't get too fixated on it either, though. You want to make sure she can heal herself. Kaboom is going to be probably the worst thing that happens. Son may need to help with healing sometimes, depending what happens. Right now, daughter has to heal herself. Yeah. And that's why. Because the Staff of Salvation heals just a little under that. It heals around 75-ish HP, sometimes a little higher. Alright, we got Disruptive Wave, so once again, Oomph and Insulate. Because that Cold Breath would be the most deadly. Yeah, heal yourself. Sun doesn't have any defense against Kaboom, unfortunately. Ah, really? Other than using his own bounce spell, anyway. But yeah, if you put too many buffs up, that's when the AI seems to more likely Disruptive Wave. Now, another thing you could do if you want daughter to do more is to give the son the Miracle Sword instead, because then he will more likely because then he'll probably have his HP up higher, and daughter could probably do some other things instead. Because Crackle is not a bad option to attack him with, or Kaboom. It just does only okay damage. Bounce probably gets you more mileage, if it lasts a while anyway. 120 is technically safe, but I like to try to top them off if they're close to 100-ish, well, 105 HP. That way I don't have to if I can, the less Sun has to heal and buff, the better, is why. Oh, shut up, computer. That way you can get all your damage output going. But like here, yeah, daughter should get a little bit of a healing in, but she's safe still. And yeah, and he bounces. Since daughter does not have Kafrizzle, she's less likely to be attacking in a lot of these boss battles. Actually, this is a case where I think multi-heal is a little more appropriate. I'm gonna try to force him to Disruptive Wave. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm smart. Yeah, she should be fine, though. She's fast enough to heal. Well, that's one way to give yourself a really expensive full heal. Alright, he still has his bounce up, I think, so I'm not gonna do a... Yeah, we're just trade Disruptive Waves. I was going to Crackle, but I was like, yeah, no. I technically could bounce there and then oomph on the next turn instead, but it's generally not worth it. But yeah, you could keep him in a state of unsure and being less likely to attack by just constantly disrupting, waving him, or using bounce on yourself. But bounce is not pertinent like it was in the Bjorn fight. Because that... Oh, yeah, that you really needed to keep it up so your defense didn't fall down too far. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to make him paranoid. I bet you if I use bounce, he's going to defend. Oh, wow, I'm wrong. Usually he does. That's been my luck with the AI so far. But yeah, he's very likely to Disruptive Wave when you do that. Which means it's probably not that worth it to do, but it would also mean, again, less damage output from him. Since we just about always have someone attacking. You're probably better off just attack, insulate, oomph, and then attack, heal. That's basically all you really need to do. Yeah, you go ahead and attack, and you can survive a hit. Because her spell damage is not going to do more than what he's physically putting out right now. Yeah, when he defends, it's mostly just like a wasted turn than anything. Well, Disruptive Wave him. Make him waste a turn later. I think that probably would be the wiser thing to do. Whoops. I technically could have gotten away with like a Crackle there, but it's, again, just not worth it. You know what? Yeah, her HP is just fine enough. We'll just constantly keep doing that to him. It's semi-risky, but it's not very. There's a chance you might not even need Insulate, but I'd rather not risk it. Better off to have some resistance than anything. Yeah, go ahead and finally heal yourself. And he's just like, no, you're not allowed to. Yeah, Kaboom hurts. We are okay enough. Daughter's technically a little at risk right now. But we are safe. Ooh, that Staff of Salvation actually won't be enough. He's gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and have him full heal, because it won't be above 105. Heal yourself. Oh, I forgot. Sun is slower. I probably shouldn't have let him do that. I probably should have healed with this thing myself. That was my bad. You know, his thing just ran off. Why don't I go ahead and see what happens with Crackle? Yeah, 68. Not worth it. Just make him bounce more. Oh, his bounce is off. Yeah, may as well. A little extra damage helps. It's not needed, though. Where are you? Oomph, there we go. Go ahead and Zenithian Sword him down. I feel like the AI definitely reads what you're using at times. Ah, there you go. But yeah, and King Korol's defeated. It's one of those things where, again, if he had more attacks per turn, this would probably be a harder fight. But, well, it was that simple. And it just, long. That's all it really was. Anyway, I forget what the next fight is. I think the next fight is our extra meeting with Bishop Ladja, but it might be something else. I'm not sure. Either way, I'll see you there. Okay, guys, we're here for the last Ladja fight. Something might be a little weird here is that you notice that the hero is in the party. It's because we're about to get a full heal, and we have to also go ahead and do a mini fight before we get to the Ladja's final fight. Anyway, here's what my setup here. Going with the Metal King sword. Sacred armor is a little more useful than the Zenithian armor here, because he only has one spell, Caprizzle, and he doesn't. Even when he uses it, it's not really that much of a concern at this point. I also have the Circle of Life added onto this because this heals 10 HP around, while this heals I think 30 or 50. I think it's 30. So I get either a total of 40 or 60. I don't remember the exact amount, but basically it's passive healing per round. I technically could have given this to Daughter, but Daughter has a lot of stuff in her inventory. Also, for once, this is actually going to be important. The Elfin Charm. It helps with... reduces your chances of being paralyzed, confused, not poisoned. There's a third one that I can't think of at the moment, but basically it's going to help us resist some status effects, and Ladja has a paralyzing breath, so we don't want to deal with that. Also, a couple elfin elixirs, one Yigleaf and a Yigdu. Yigdu we shouldn't need, but it's a just in case type of moment. And Yigleaf just to save MP if needed. But the elfin elixirs are going to be for Daughter, because Daughter probably is going to run out of MP at some point here. As for Daughter, we did get an upgrade with Silver Shield back in Precaria. She's also got an Elfin Charm on alongside her Meteorite Bracer. In Dragon Quest V, you can equip multiple accessories, so it's kind of nice. Golden Tiara is pretty damn important. We got that before already, though. This is going to help with paralyze resistance as well. She's going to, of course, use the Sage Stone. Fairy Foil a little bit. Elfin Elixir just in case. 2 Yigleaves. The Stolos Staff. This is important. Stolos Staff can cure paralyze in battle. And it's the only other... yeah, I don't think they have the moonwort bulbs in this, or if they do, I just really haven't encountered them. But this is a way to cure paralyze in battle without the spell Tingle. So, you're going to want all that. Here's our stats at the moment. As you can see, Sun is our attacker, but he doesn't really have that much attack. Like, look, him at level 36 compared to level 25, Father is at 94. It makes sense, he's a kid and all, so he has a little less attack. He's also not very fast either, so you got that as well. But in any case, that's everything there. Let's get over this mini fight over with. I'm just going to fast forward through this, because it's not... Oh, damn it. This is why I usually don't have what's-his-face in the fight. I'm supposed to just oomph Sun. It's not a big deal. It just slowed me down a bit. Also, yeah, she's going to level up. Alright. Anyway, Mom's going to heal us, which sucks because now the hero is alive again. I will probably be getting a couple rounds where technically this helps me, but there's not much I can do other than wait till he dies, which I find not really part of a challenge. So, we're just going to have him not contribute to battle. He's literally just going to spam items until he dies. The only problem is I'm probably going to end up giving him buffs by accident because we need to put Insulate and Oomph up. But I took all equipment off of Tal, other than his weapon, which doesn't do anything. By the way, what I should have done, but I forgot to do, is just take all any cursed equipment and give him to Tal, so that way he just kind of fucks off, you know. It could lower his defenses more and all. Anyway, at this point, I'm going to start kabuffing. And she's going to also go ahead and fairy foil herself. Yeah. Kabuffing Cal's not going to matter at all, so... But yeah, we're just going to keep doing that. We're not going to use bounce like we did last time. Because if I have bounce up and daughter gets paralyzed, she's going to get... She won't be able to be tingles his way Sun can cure paralyze, and it bounces up. It basically won't work on her because, you know, it just bounces back. And you just don't want that. Anyway, he's going to attack, and she's going to start kabooming. That's right, she's actually going to be attacking here. She's going to be doing better damage than her father. Some bad luck there. We could still lose this, because he could paralyze us both. Paralyze them both. And that counts as an instant game over in this version, unlike in Dragon Quest IV. Yeah, so right now, daughter's going to be passive healing here a little bit. Oh, that's terrible luck here. Okay, we're still mostly okay. I think I'm going to have him multi-heal this time, because we're getting some really bad rolls here. Man, this is with Insulate up. You know what? Kabuff actually doesn't... Don't worry about Kabuff. Why not... Oh, I didn't give him the Fizzle Foil. I thought I did. That's my bad. Fizzle Foil, you probably want to give him, but it's not super necessary, but it definitely helps. Also, I don't know if you guys can't tell, but yeah, my throat's still kind of bothering, so sorry about that. If I'm a little bit raspy or whatever. But anyway, yeah. Once you got those buffs up, Ladja's gonna be mostly easy. You just gotta watch out for... It's the paralyze that's the detriment here. Go ahead and Sage Stone. Yeah, for the rest of this, it's just trying to keep up and hope you don't get paralyzed. For the most part, he has a pretty low chance of paralyzing us, but it still can happen. At least we could Sage Stone, and at least we have Stolos Staff alongside Tingle. Man, daughter is getting some terrible luck here. Okay, we're okay. I'm actually going to have him full heal. Sometimes he's slow, though, so I'm going to Sage Stone alongside it. Yeah, there we go. Go ahead and kaboom it. Yeah, even with Insulate, unfortunately, the breath is pretty powerful. I kind of hold my breath anytime he does Burning Breath, which is kind of ironic, because I imagine you're supposed to hold your breath to avoid it. Uh-oh. Okay. Because that's the only time where plans start to derail. Otherwise, again, kaboom, attack, well, after he's oomphed, attack. And, you don't bother with Kasap because he's immune to it in this form. And any other spell, yeah, I don't think the Crackle... Yeah, he resisted some. Wait, is he actually immune? Oh wow, I didn't realize he was actually immune. I forgot. Resistance in this game isn't like a chance to miss. It's just a damage reduction in this. But if you're 100%, then you are immune, and it will miss. Oh boy. Tingle tingle. Man, if he just spammed that the whole fight, there's a good chance that we would just lose. Just because it could be very unfair. At least we've mitigated his attack damage, so that was close. Basically, all he could do is either paralyze us or spam Breath and Caprizzle. So he just really loves spamming that Breath, though. Unfortunately, the only ones that could be immune to paralyze, I believe, are monsters. And I'm not even that sure. I didn't research each one to see who's immune to it. I imagine there's at least one that is immune to it. Probably like the Mana War or the Jellyfish Slimes. Which sounds weird. The ones at sea. Here, go ahead and heal just in case. But yeah, otherwise this fight is simple. It just has that RNG chance of failure. Oh my gosh. I just keep worrying that this is going to be the one rare chance where we both get paralyzed. But yeah, you absolutely need that Stolos staff. You find it over in Precaria. It's being guarded by some dude in front of a chest. I didn't record those because those aren't really mini boss fights, even though they're sort of special fights. They die fast enough. They just look like the Axemen people, or the Headhunters, or whatever they're called. Alright, we're actually okay on that. Alright, we're probably going to have to use one of our Elfin Elixirs. You go ahead and use yours. He's probably near death now, though. Unfortunately, this fight is repetitive, though. But at least son and daughter get to kick this son of a bitch. Yeah, I figured. He was just about done. Kick this son of a bitch. Alright, that is the last fight before we fight Grandmaster Nimzo. I'll probably be having to grind much more for that one, because this guy is kind of easy. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do the bonus boss either, but I've said that many times before. We'll see. However, I'd probably be having to grind way up there. I'll see you in the next recording, though.